Here, we will be discussing fourth chapter, from the Diary of Anne Frank, which is an extract from the very famous book named Diary of a Young Girl. But, I think we must know something about her. Anne Frank was a German-born Jewish girl, who was born on 12th of June 1929. She wrote her diary during hiding with her family and 4 friends. This diary was gifted to her on her 13th birthday by her parents, and therefore this has her life events from the 12th of June 1942. Last entry she could put was of the 1st of August 1944, date on which they were sent to concentration camp. Also the place where Anne, her older sister and her mother died.
Writing in a diary is really a strange experience for someone like me. Not only because I've never written anything before, but also because it seems to me that who will be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old schoolgirl? Oh well, it doesn't matter. I feel like writing, and I have an even greater need to get all kinds of things off my chest. I think paper had more patience than people. Yes, paper does have more patience, and since I'm not planning to let anyone else read this stiff-back notebook, grandly referred to as a diary, unless I should ever find a real friend, it probably won't make a bit of difference. Until that time this diary is my friend, and I am going to call it Kitty. Now I'm back to the point that prompted me to keep a diary in the first place. I don't have a friend. Let me put it more clearly, since no one will believe that a 13-year-old girl is completely alone in the world. And I'm not. I have a lovely parents and a 16-year-old sister, and there are about 30 people I can call friends.
What she wanted was a true friend with whom she can confide, to tell personal things privately to a person that one trusts.
Since you would not understand a word of my stories. So Kitty, let me introduce you to my family, first. Much as I dislike doing so. My father, the most adorable father I've ever seen, didn't marry my mom until he was 36 and she was 25. My sister, Margot, was born in Frankfurt in Germany in 1926. I was born on the 12th of June 1929. I lived in Frankfurt until I was 4.
Her father emigrated to Holland in 1933. Her mother, Edith Hollander Frank, went with him to Holland in September, while Margot and Anne were sent to Aachen to stay with her grandmother. Margot went to Holland in December and Anne followed in February,
where I was plunked on the table as a birthday present for Margot.
Anne started her schooling from Montessori Nursery School. She stayed there until she was 6. At the end of her nursery schooling her headmistress was Mrs. Cooperis, and they had a heartbreaking farewell when Anne turned 6 and left nursery.
I don't want to leave you.
I will miss you, my child.
In the summer of 1941, her grandma fell ill, and had to have an operation. So, her birthday passed with very little celebration. Next year, that is 1942, her grandmother died, and her candle was lit along with other candles.
No one knows how often I think of my grandmother, and still love her.
You will pass, don't worry. No, I won't, you will move up to next class. I bet I won't. If I pass, you must give me all your savings. Okay?
I am sure we will pass. But I am not sure of just one subject, that is maths.
Annie, why don't you stop talking? I am going to assign you extra homework. You must write an essay on the topic, a chatterbox. Got it?
Anyone could leave big spaces in between the words, but this is the time to come up with an argument. Talking is a student's trait. And that I would do my best to keep it under control, but I won't be able to cure myself of the habit, since my mother talked as much as I did. if not more, and that there is not much you can do about inherited traits.
In the next lesson, he assigned her a second essay on the topic, an incorrigible chatterbox. In the next 2 lessons he did not get a chance to complain. But during the 3rd lesson he assigned a new homework to write an essay on the topic, quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. Quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox.
Quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox.
I thought of helping you for your homework.
Oh, thank you so much. As you're good at poetry, it will help me put the joke of Mr. Kiesing on him, though he tried to put joke on me.
Yeah, let's start.
Once upon a time, there was a mother duck and 3 beautiful ducklings who lived in a lake ruled by a proud swan. Quack, 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 said Mrs. Quackenbush to her brood. Quack, 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 said the ducklings. Keep your voices down, roared the swan, his feathers all in a ruffle. Be quiet, or I'll bite you, and then you'll never quack again. This one was not a nice swan. He was a black swan, and all the other ducks in the lake were afraid of him. But not Mrs. Quackenbush. You won't bite these children, she said to the swan, who answered, I'll do exactly what I please. They're only ugly little ducklings, and I am their master. And then he began to bite the ducklings. Save us, Mama! The poor little ducklings cried. And then Mrs. Quackenbush began to quack. She quacked, and she quacked, and she quacked. Stop it! Stop that infernal quacking, cried the swan, putting his wings over his ears. But Mrs. Quackenbush did not stop. Not until the black swan flew away, never to return. She gathered her ducklings around her, and together they swam off happily ever after, singing, quack, quack, quack.
Wow, superb, fabulous, mind-blowing.
Since then I have been allowed to talk. And no extra homework was assigned to me. On the contrary, Mr. Kiesing's always making jokes nowadays.
That seems surprising. So see you in the next video. Till then, stay healthy and stay safe.